Alright, I just wanted to show you a couple of ways to get a 3D view. So I'm going to go in and take a 3D view standing from this platform looking sort of up at the roof. You can use some of the ones that are here already, and that's totally fine. I just wanted to walk you through making another one. So I'm going to go to my A2 plan, which is where that level is. It's right over here, and I'm going to go to 3D view camera, and I'm just going to click where I want to stand and drag past what I want to see, so just sort of looking down the middle of the building. And it's going to come in, give me this view, which is fine. I'm looking at the second floor, but I would like to see the roof, so I'm just going to pick this little box and pull it up. If you pull it up really far, you're going to get some real distortion, so make a decision maybe where you want to go so you can see some of the roof but maybe not all. You can also come in and adjust using the navigation wheel over here. You can do like a look up and down, right? It'll let you look up, go up and down. So maybe you want to be in the, sort of floating in the middle so you see more of the roof, or maybe even up higher like this. So just make a call on where you want to be and place that in there, and then maybe adjust a little bit of this guy so that looks okay. All right, so once we have that, we can do things like turn on the shadows. You could adjust the sun if you wanted in the sun settings like we talked about before. I'm going to go to my graphic display options here and turn down my shadows a little bit so they're not so dark. Maybe around 30. And then at this point you can really print it. If you pick the outside, the crop region, and go to size and crop, it'll tell you how big it is, so you can adjust it to a certain size, right? So I could go ahead and make this 9 inches maybe. So if it's really tiny, really small, and you want to keep the same proportions, but say you wanted this width to be 8 inches, you could scale lock the proportions. And if you put in 8 inches here, it will proportionally make that larger, right? Now you can go in and you can print it. So I'm just going to print it to a PDF. I'm going to go to my setup, and I'll just leave it set to letter, and I'm going to set it to portrait, and I'm just going to center it and fit it to the page. I'm not super concerned about where it's going, like how big it's going to be. I can always crop it later in Photoshop or in another program, but I'm just going to go right here and take a look at what these are set to. I can hide the crop boundary if I do that, and I click OK, and I do a preview of the current window. It will get rid of the crop boundary, which is up to you. I'm going to go ahead and go back to print and go back to the setup and turn the crop boundaries to show. Click OK, and then I'm just going to click OK, and it's going to print, and I'll print this, overwrite that one, and it will print as a PDF. So you see you'll get a PDF here that you can use later. Now I'll show you maybe a little trick. So I'm just going to go to my manage links, and I never got rid of the FOBA building drawing import that we did, so I'm going to reload it and click OK, and it's going to come in, and I can pick it and I can actually isolate it. So coming down here, I'm going to isolate that element in this view, right? And then I can go to my realistic view, and it will actually give me the old model back that has my materials on it. Now I'm looking through the roof, so it's a little funny. So I'm going to come up here to my navigation wheel, and I'm just going to up down a little bit so I'm kind of at the floor level, and then I'm just going to walk forward until I get through. There I am. I'm through the roof screening, and maybe a little bit more up down, go up a little bit more so I'm in here. So you can actually do this, and you could actually print this as well. So it's kind of up to you, just a sort of a little trick there. Um, anyway, that's just a quick way to get a print.